Hi, this is Dr. Charles Krieger from Krieger Health Solutions, and I'd like to ask you a couple of questions about your digestion. Now, if you stop and watch TV during prime time hours, I don't recommend it, but if you do, look at the number of commercials you see for drugs, and then look at the number of those commercials that are for digestive aids. And specifically today, I'm going to talk to you about drug ads for constipation. Judging from the number of ads on television for that problem seems to be pretty widespread in our society. I mean, you can't watch a half an hour of primetime TV without seeing ads for laxatives or stool softeners or for drugs that will help you deal with the constipation you got from taking other drugs. Now, when we talk about this kind of problem, we can find that there tends to be three possible causes for it. One is that the person has a bad diet. Two is that the person has a neurological dysfunction resulting in their digestive system not working right. Or number three, which is the most common, it's a combination of the first and second. Now, when we talk about diet and constipation, a lot of people are going to start yelling about fiber. He's not eating enough fiber. Well, after 30 plus years of clinical experience, I can tell you that the average adult who's suffering with chronic constipation knows they're supposed to eat fiber, and they're usually eating a pretty good amount of it. That doesn't mean there aren't some people who are eating a pretty crummy diet and can't believe that the lettuce and tomato on top of their Big Mac isn't enough fiber to get them through the day, or that there isn't some other problem in their diet aside from fiber. But by and large, consuming fiber doesn't seem to be the issue. The other problem, like I said, is neurological function. And what happens is that our neurology can get in the way of our digestion. You see, our bodies, our nervous system is split up into basically two opposite ends. One is a fight-flight end, and the other is a rest and digest end. And optimally, we want to be balanced between the two. And these are very primitive reactions, and they go back to our ancestors a couple of million years ago. So fight-flight is what it sounds like. You're going to run from something, or you're going to turn and kill it. Now, back in the day, 2 million years ago, if we did one or the other successfully, that was it. Our stress reaction was done, and we were finished. Rest-digest, as I said, is the opposite of fight-flight, so it's the opposite. We're not running and fleeing, we're resting and digesting. Nowadays, this fight-flight reaction is almost in constant mode with us, with caffeinated beverages and bosses and kids and deadlines and traffic and stress and all the different things that we're doing. We're in this constant state of fight-flight. We got stuff going on in our lives that our grandparents didn't think about, let alone our ancestors from 2 million years ago. And on top of those stresses, we have the stresses of automobile accidents, which is something that, again, our grandparents didn't think that much about, let alone ancestors from a couple of million years ago. And sports injuries. The way sports are played now, especially the high contact sports, very much more damaging than they were in the past. And on top of that, you have 35% of all Americans are being born cesarean section, which is really stressful for both the infant and for the mother. And we can talk more about that on a different video. So, instead of having a momentary state of fight-flight, we're constantly in fight-flight. And as you might imagine, your body, your nervous system, is not worried about giving you 2 or 3 relaxing bowel movements a day when it thinks it's going to be eaten by a bear in the next 15 minutes. Now, the neurology of this is creating changes in our spinal column. We're getting minor misalignments in our spine that are causing this stress reaction to be locked into place. In chiropractic, we know how to adjust the spine to help release the nervous system from its constant state of being in fight-flight. And this applies to children as much as it does to adults. In fact, constipation is a really big problem for little kids. When I was early in practice, I had the good fortune to see a number of small children, toddlers and a little bit older, come through my office in chronic constipation. And I can tell you that every single one of them would fill their diapers as soon as they got adjusted. I had one patient who was scheduled for exploratory surgery because she had gone so long without having an unassisted bowel movement, a bowel movement not assisted by chemicals. Needless to say, she got adjusted, filled her Pampers right there. So we know that chiropractic adjustments have a great effect on helping children and adults restore normal bowel function. And again, let's not forget functional nutrition. While I said earlier that lots and lots of people are eating plenty of fiber, that doesn't mean that the rest of their diet is okay. Many times our diet is full of things that just shut down our digestive system and that normal peristaltic reaction that our digestive system is supposed to have to move everything through. So between functional nutrition, chiropractic care, we know we can help you out with what's going on. So we look forward to hearing from you. Our phone number here is 770-993-4425. And please let us know how we can help you with your digestive issues. It's Dr. Charles Krieger from Krieger Health Solutions.